Look at that. That looks like a Chihuahua.
Yeah.
Dude, you look worn out.
I feel worn out.
You kind of look it. What the hell? Too much sex? Not enough weed? I mean, what the hell?
Oh, dude. Fucking
4 days last weekend.
Oh, man. Yeah, I want to hear about that. Everybody, welcome to Mayhem's Amigos. I'm TJ. That's Chronic Chris. Special Friday night edition, and there's a reason, because I'm racing this weekend. I am the co-driver in a race driving UTVs on an off-road track. And, dude, I got to have my concentration because we got to win this shit. And that's only so I can afford to get one of these, like, Polaris Razors and rip the motor out of it so I could drop in the biggest Harley V-twin I can find and race that.
Someone already beat you to that one.
Okay, fine. I want a jet engine.
No, the really badass one. Someone put a Harley engine on a four-wheeler.
Ooh.
That was wicked stupid.
And y'all got to bear with me as I'm eating my Blizzard.
How did the Burger King get the Dairy Queen pregnant?
Well, it was in a blizzard. What's happening, Adam? Chat room liven up for us tonight. We've only got a short amount of time. Like I said, again, we're doing this tonight because tomorrow I am racing, and I will be racing all weekend, and Chronic Chris has got to make his wife happy because she blames me for everything.
She's happy right now. She's at the bar.
Oh, is she?
Yeah. So you know she's happy.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I'm actually downloading music bands that I saw last weekend at Full Terror Assault. Oh my God, folks. Fuck Blue Ridge. Temple fucking is a festival to check out. It is Full Terror Assault.
Yeah?
4 days of metal music and debauchery in Cave and Rock, Illinois. You camp on site at the campground right there. No police. Everyone's cool as fuck.
Yeah?
And I did the hokey pokey while Psycho Stick sang the hokey pokey while I did the dance in the go-go cage. It was a fucking blast.
Oh my God, I'm already getting comments here. I'm getting private comments. Like, I got told that I just wanted cream in my mouth. That's why I'm having a blizzard. Like, wow, really? Okay, here we go. I know what kind of show this is going to be tonight. I know where this is going. But, dude, I'll tell you what. After today was actually a pretty good day. Like, it was kind of shitty because I had to go to Dallas. I'm not as everybody knows, I am not a fan of Dallas. I don't like driving through Dallas. I don't like looking at Dallas. I don't like smelling Dallas. I don't like seeing Dallas. I would rather never be around Dallas again. My normal run takes me to Houston. But today I had to go to fucking Dallas. But when I got back, I got the bike out.
Really bad connection.
I don't know. Everything's linked up over here pretty good.
Yeah, I keep I don't know what's going on.
It might be your download, and that's what's happening.
Well, yeah, I am trying to.
download
several things
while doing StreamYard here.
Right, and StreamYard does eat up a little bit. Steve says, "You have no idea what the show will be, and I'm here and I'm fucked up." Steve, I'm glad you smoked plenty of weed before getting into the chat room. What is that? Liquid THC?
That's
Look, I
see.
see.
That's
190 proof liquor.
Oh, so you got moonshine.
I got fucking moonshine,
boys.
Man, you know what? I wonder what would happen to somebody if they drank weed-infused moonshine.
I lost you. What?
What would happen if you drank weed-infused moonshine?
Oh, I've had it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So does it like what's it do?
Fuck you up nicely.
I mean, does it make you pee-pee hard? I mean,
Same time.
So it makes your pee-pee hard, or
Situation calls for it.
does it? Steve says, "Awesome, I'm in."
Actually, I drank my last can of liquid weed last weekend.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So there is such a thing as liquid weed.
Oh. Yeah, I keep losing you. Why? What is going on here?
You're downloading like 900 songs while we're doing a show.
All right, I don't
want to do this, but
So you're gonna flip us to the phone?
Yep.
Shut
the fuck up, dog.
I've had enough.
Yep. I'll be right back,
folks.
All right, so you'll be white black.
Yeah.
One of these days we might go to hell, but it's not today. No, rough day today. But I got to give Steve credit. He made me laugh this morning and made me feel better. And so did Ray and that pudding guy. Yeah, him. Made me feel a little better too. You've had liquid speed, but never liquid weed. I don't know what liquid weed is. That just kind of blows my mind, right? So no, I mean, Ray Lytle's Morning Disaster up for the Illinois Times Best of. Once again, vote for them. And there's Chris.
Who we voting for?
Ray Lytle's Morning Disaster is up for Best Podcast of the Year for 2023. They're going for the three-peat. They're trying to duplicate the magic of the Bulls.
Okay.
And you know what? I was down on myself today because I had to go to Dallas. I'm like, oh fuck, I should have figured out a way out of this, right? But while I was unloading, they really did make me feel better, and Steve was a big part of that. I mean, they really made me feel better about being there, doing my job, getting through the day, and I got to give them a lot of credit, man. In some ways, I miss doing that show every morning. In other ways, I really don't. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I love doing like a show or two a week, maybe 3, and being done. And it's like, okay, we did it. I'm good. I can go on about my life. And Adam's saying he's still getting an echo from you. I don't know where that's coming from.
Okay, hold on.
Well, I was going to blame his... I was going to say his wife's probably got you on too, so that's why he's getting the echo.
You people have no idea how many computers I have sitting in front of me.
I do.
So we're going to switch to the other one and see if that helps.
Oh, we're going to switch to the other computer.
I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah, Steve, I know you do. Like, Steve's got 6 shows he does a week, everybody. It's insane. But, like, I got to admit, like, my favorite one that Steve does is his new cooking show, The Cooking for the Pores. I love that. I live to watch that show. That is so much fun. I did not know that you could do that much bad with that much bad and make that much good. And Steve shows me you can really do it. I highly recommend it. So I have been so impressed with that. And I gotta admit, it's been wild, you know. We were talking here, me and Marvin were talking here a few weeks ago. Oh, breakfast casserole. Oh, I want to see that one. I might be racing, but Steve, I will catch it later, I promise. Marvin and I were talking just a few days ago, and when we were talking, he goes, well, if you decided to hang it up today, like never broadcast again, if you decided to hang it up today, where would you be at? And I said, you know, Marvin, I gotta admit, I would miss it. I would miss my fans. I would miss a lot of the things that, you know, like Chris and I have built. But if I was to hang it up today, I could hang it up and be satisfied. Chris, you know what I mean?
Sure, I guess.
Like, okay, if you were forced to hang up the headphones today, that's it. You're done. Do you think you'd be satisfied with what we've done? And what you have done as a broadcaster? I mean, do you think you'd be happy with that?
I wouldn't.
No?
No. God damn it. What did you just do?
Dude, you're yelling at your pussy.
There we go.
So you would not be happy with that?
I would not be happy with that.
Oh, why is that?
Because there's still too many more bands to find, too many more bands to hear, too much. I mean, new bands are coming out with new music every single day, and I can't get enough of it. That's my honest feeling.
Oh, okay.
Tuesday. Over on my Twitch channel and on our Facebook page, I'll be talking to the band Belushi Speedball.
Dude, I might have to log in for that one.
Those guys fucking tore it up on stage.
Did they?
They did. Oh my god! I was truly impressed.
Belushi Speedball.
Yep.
That sounds like That sounds like a bad weekend with Grandpa Pervert.
Dude, they know what I want for my birthday. Yep. Got a little pussy sticker from them.
Oh, there you go. Belushi Speedball.
I took seven bottles of whiskey with me.
Damn, son.
And didn't have very much to bring home.
So, Steve says he's only been doing it for 2 years, talking about broadcasting, and thinks if he gave it up today, he would miss all the great friends he's made. But you know what? Here's the thing, is like, Steve, the friends that you've made those friends are going to stay with you no matter what. Yeah, I mean, look at me and Chris. Chris and I have had our falling outs, and we've cut each other up, and there was a point in time where I think if I would have been dead and on fire and it just would have been my embers in a grave, Chris would have peed on me just to say I peed on TJ. But you know what? We're still friends, and I mean that's what the friendships are all about. Like Ray and I had a falling out about a year ago, a little over a year ago, and there was reasons behind it, which I won't get into here. But we had our falling out, and then we got past it, and we moved forward. And even then, I still said, Ray's a hell of a talent. He's one of my closer friends. I would not give that up. We just hit a rough patch. That was me.
I heard a bottle open.
No.
I heard a cork pop. Sounds like a cork pop.
Yeah, it was me bumping the bottom of the microphone.
Oh.
But no, I mean, seriously, I would not give any of that up because I have this profound respect and great friendship with him. And with the people that are, well, most of the people that are still on that show. I would never take that away. My old crew, not to get into too many details, but they are doing what they're doing. Okay, fine. Whatever. It is what it is. I made a decision. I believe they're upset about it, and I don't care because that decision was to better my life, and it was to move forward. And I had to do that. What the fuck just happened there, Chris? What happened?
I don't know what happened. I don't know. You booted me out.
I did not. I didn't touch anything.
My camera.
What the fuck? It just said the device connected again. What the hell? Oh, man. Yeah, thank you, Steve. No comment. I appreciate that. The fact is I moved on, and I'm trying to move forward. And I told them quite a few months back that I wanted to do something a little more serious, still have the lighthearted feel that the old show had, but do something a little more serious and be a little more honest, be a little more of who we really are. Like Chris and I, God, I cut Chris down on the old show bad. And I do regret a lot of it. But Chris and I always had this great rapport. And we were always really good friends. And I would never take away from that. So when I approached Chris about the new concept, I said, look, I want to do something that's going to be a little more serious, but still have some fun. And Chris goes, so we're not going to be cutting each other down anymore? And I said, fuck no, we're gonna be ourselves. He goes, oh, cool.
Fucking good.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, we've been having a ball since. I said, we're not going to pull any punches either. We're going to talk about different shit that actually matters. And one of the things that we are going to talk about, which I'm going to bring up tonight, is today is September 15th. Monday was the 22nd anniversary of September 11th. 9/11.
I got people a little upset about that.
Oh, really? How'd you do that?
Because in my honest opinion, I don't know what happened that day. All I got was the reports from CNN, the reports from NBC, the reports from the news.
Then
right.
the conspiracy theory came in. And I looked at a couple of them, and I started thinking a little bit. Now, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, and that's why I say I don't know what exactly happened on September 11th. All I know is some very fucked up shit happened. And I'm going to never forget what happened, and let Americans have a tragedy and casualties like that ever again.
Right. I'm going to be very honest about all this. September 11th was a jumble of emotions for me that day. From where I started to where I finished and everything in between, and it was this whirlwind. I firmly do believe those planes were hijacked by terrorists, and those terrorists decided to attack our country.
This is the question I ask. Do you believe a plane full of Americans are actually going to let a guy with a box cutter? I mean, if I was on that plane, I'm sorry, buddy, you're gonna have to cut me up, dude. That's just the way I am.
I
that there would be at least one motherfucker on that plane. That's a veteran. That's a good red-blooded American that stands up for their country and what they believe in, and says, "You ain't pulling this shit, buddy."
And I see your point behind that, but I kind of look back at that time frame. And if you look back at 9/11/01 and today and compare them, the similarity between the two is uncanny. People were not trying to rock the boat. People were afraid. They would not stand up for themselves. I mean, for crying out loud, until Muhammad Atal flew Flight 93 into the North Tower, the biggest story of the day was, is Michael Jordan going to play for the Bulls again this year, or is he going to sit it out? It was truly the biggest story of the day. Until that plane hit. And everything changed.
I just in my opinion, there's too many questions that are unanswered about the whole thing.
For instance,
here's my thing. I don't like pissing people off. I don't like.
No. I know that, and I'm not asking that as I'm not asking that combatively.
In my lifetime, I have witnessed an actual controlled demolition. How they actually implode a building to take it down.
Right.
If you watch the videos, in my opinion, and I'm no expert, but I'm just saying that's what I think happened. There was some kind of just a lot of things are not right about it. Ain't it funny how the military was busy at that same time training for that same particular kind of event?
I'm going to tell you, like, the last 4 days, because my kids have asked me about it now, and I've been just so wrapped up in watching and reviewing the footage, I could see where the South Tower, when it hit, the explosions and everything from the full fuel the fuel tanks, and how it did kind of rock that South Tower about 6 degrees. And then I could kind of picture it in my head, where after it rocked that tower, maybe the legs buckled inside, and then brought it down like a controlled demolition. Does that make sense?
I guess I could see the impact shaking the building, but there's also the whole thing about jet fuel doesn't burn enough to melt steel.
No. But it does explode hot enough to blow out the side of a building.
Yeah, but
and I'm not saying that.
If you look at the picture, the original picture of Ground Zero, you see melted steel. Something in that building was burning hotter than jet fuel. It was burning that thermite temperature to melt that steel.
But you got to remember it. You had natural gas, you had electricity, you had all sorts of things adding to that.
And the four planes, only one plane had someone with the balls to say, you want to crash in somewhere else.
And again, I kind of look at the comparison between our young people today and our young people back then. And I mean, when I was back then, I was a young people, and you were a young people. And my biggest focus back then was, my biggest focuses back then were, when am I getting my next drink? When am I getting my next meal? And when am I getting my next piece of ass? That was my three big focuses. I wasn't even worried about my grades, and I was in college. I was worried about, when am I getting booze? When am I getting food? When am I getting laid? And,
honestly, 2001, I was September 11, 2001.
See, there you go. So, I mean, when I look back at that, and I remember watching it, and like Steve's saying, it was a rough week for him, 2 family members over in Afghanistan, and TikTok has had a lot of videos about soldiers that have to come home. And I've got that. I understand that. I was in Afghanistan. I get it. I look back at that. And 9/11 was such a tragedy. Whether you believe the conspiracies or not, the long and the short of it is it was a tragedy. We lost an American icon in the Twin Towers that day. 3,000 people dead.
Who was the icon?
The Twin Towers.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like if you flew into New York prior to 9/11.
There was a movie that was being filmed at that time, and 90% done with the shooting.
Mm-hmm.
And they had to redo it all just to change the skyline.
Right. But you get what I'm saying. It's back then. I mean, there was 3,000 innocent lives. There was 4 planes. There was the Pentagon. There was both of the Twin Towers. There was the flight that was crashed in Pennsylvania that you brought up. Such a tragedy. And I look at that, and I go back and I watch the footage, and I've been reviewing it, so I'd be ready for tonight. And one, President George W. Bush. Everybody makes fun of old Turkey Neck.
People talk shit about when he was in the classroom reading to the children
Right.
And they walked up and whispered into his ear. And you saw him sit there for a minute. Getting news like that, in my opinion, will put anyone in shock. And you actually have to take a moment. What did he just say? Let your brain process what you were just told.
Yeah, and I mean, you look at his face after he was told about that. That man looked like he could have ripped the throat out of anything. But he kept his cool, and he kept his composure, and he got up to the podium, and he says, "Ladies and gentlemen, I was here to talk about education." Yeah, President Bush said, "I was here to talk about education. However, our country has been brought under attack, and I have to leave very soon to head back to Washington so I can get a handle on the situation. We are going to investigate this. The Twin Towers have been hit by aircraft. Let's have a moment of silence for New York." Did that, and he goes, "Thank you. I will address everybody as soon as I have a better idea what's going on." Left the room. For him to keep it under so much composure was really a testament to the kind of leader the man really was. We fast forward 22 years. 2023. 9/11, the anniversary, Monday, this past Monday. We have a country divided.
Well, can I just say that everything in the last 25 years ish, because I'm going to go all the way back to Y2K.
Okay.
In my opinion, every major event, Y2K, 9/11, swine flu, SARS, COVID. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, so don't get me on that shit.
Right.
But in my personal opinion, I think it's been some plot or ploy to try to keep people in control.
Right.
As long as the powers that be can tell you what to do and keep you quiet. And I mean, that's why I got a lot of strange opinions on things.
Right.
At the same time, I've straight up said, and please don't label me a domestic terrorist. January 4th, when they stormed the Capitol, those people, everyone who was arrested, everyone who's in jail for it right now, should be set free because they were doing nothing but exercising the rights the Constitution gave them.
I agree and disagree to a point, okay? I truly do believe that part of our rights as Americans is we have the right to protest. When it becomes a danger to life, that's a line. And that's a line we should not cross. And there were...
a danger to life. Look at the shit they're teaching our kids in school.
Well, I'm not disagreeing with you. But I'm saying, January 6th, you had people that actually broke in there that were threatening lives of other people. And whether... Now, I mean, okay, now granted, I would be more than happy for Nancy Pelosi to fall face first in a mud puddle and not be able to get up because she broke her hip. That's my personal opinion. I don't like her.
Or her fucking husband. That guy that broke into their house, he did not break into their house.
No, he didn't.
That is one of the most secure residents in San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at the scene of the crime, the window
there wasn't any damage.
To get in was broken from the inside of the house.
Right. But getting back to my point is when I look at 9/11 and the aftermath, the week after, and I look at now, 22 years later, this country did something remarkable after that attack. And Chris, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
Everyone got together. Everyone stood up for America.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened since then?
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, the only reason my American flag is not hanging up in front of my house right now in the porch is because I got the pirate flag up because the American flag, it was time to replace it.
Steve says, I've fallen and I can't get up. Pelosi.
America has fallen and needs to get the fuck back up.
But I mean, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to see another tragedy of that level happen that would cause this country to come back together. I really don't. And I know this country's got it in her. She could do it. But I look at that, and I look at the... God, it was years. What was it? Before everybody started butting heads again. It was, 5 years?
2001. No, 3 years.
About 3? Okay. No. Y2K was 2000.
Yeah.
So 01 was when 9/11 happened. You're thinking a year and a half it was?
2 years, roughly. Yeah, they started freaking out about the Y2K thing. Probably mid-99. Someone said, hey, what happens when the calendar goes to 000?
Hey, Chris. Can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Rip your bowl real quick. Because you're missing your math here. And I think some weed will help you.
2001.
Okay, yeah, 2001. You're thinking 1999 going into 2000 was Y2K. Then you fast forward to 9/11 2001 after Y2K.
Yeah.
So how does Y2K have anything to do with when did the country start falling apart after 9/11?
I'm sorry. I missed the whole question. But I will rip the bowl for that one.
Yes, please rip the bowl. Julie says we were doing good until Obama got in, and then the race bullshit started. Hi, Irene. Steve's laughing because you are now not the only one that needed to rip the bowl.
You know.
So kind of rewind.
I thought Obama was going to end racism.
No, and he didn't. It got worse. It really did.
But you know who's the one person who could guarantee end racism in this world is?
Howard Stern.
Morgan Freeman.
You know what? Yeah. Because he's got the God voice.
And he straight up says, you want to end racism? Quit talking about it.
He's right.
Quit putting it on every fucking news headline.
Yeah.
You know, in America, we are the only country in the world. You can sit down and watch the news for an hour. You get shooting, riot. Couple commercials for pills. Maybe more prescriptions for your diabetes. You need to get your dick card. Then you get back to your weather and sports. Other countries in the world, their news ain't like that.
You know, I do miss the news in Germany because it was boobs, ass, boobs.
Yeah. Germany and France do have the naked news.
Absolutely. I love the naked news.
On the internet. But at the same time, their news ain't shootings and riots. Their commercials aren't prescription for this, prescription for that. No. Their news is we had this festival here. We had this festival here. This road is going to be closed for this kind of traffic.
Right.
The construction. And then they explain what they're going to do exactly how they're going to do it. And they inform the people.
Of boobs. Oh, wait.
Of boobs.
Yes. Irene, we love your boobs.
But here in America,
it's shooting and riots. Yes.
Chinese person I was talking to, and we were talking, and I'm not big on watching the news.
Right.
I could give two fucks about what President had for lunch. Now, if I see a headline that Kamala Harris finally got or what's her name, finally got a DUI.
Pelosi.
I will laugh my ass off. I will read that article. I picked up our local newspaper the other day because I saw the headline was "Man gets caught trying to throw meth over prison fence." And this happened 2 miles from my house.
Oh, that's even better.
I live 2 miles from prison.
Oh my God, that's even better.
But yeah, I don't really pay attention to news and shit.
Well,
and the Chinese I was talking to, they said, well, the reason we don't watch news is because it's all just propaganda. And I thought, so is America.
Right? So no, I kind of go back to what I was saying is like, for months, even a couple of years after 9/11, this country came together. Everybody worked together. We were a team again. We were a family again. And I don't know what broke it. Julie says it was Obama. Steve believes it was lack of weed. Irene believes it was lack of boobs. And those could all be valid points. But it's separated. And then we fast forward to now. And 9/11. (9/11/23). The State Department, under the command of President Joe Biden, and I use that term loosely, they decide on the anniversary of the single largest attack by anyone on American soil to trade 5 Iranian prisoners and $6 billion unsanctioned dollars.
Was that the largest, or was it the second largest?
The attack?
Yeah. On 9/11.
I believe it was the largest.
Pearl Harbor was pretty close.
Pearl Harbor was big, but Pearl Harbor was not as big as 9/11. And it was a very slim margin. So he trades 5 Iranian prisoners plus $6 billion in unsanctioned dollars to Iran for 5 American prisoners and no money, no oil.
Terrorist.
That was the Bush doctrine.
So now we just give anybody whatever they want.
I'm afraid that's what it's getting to. Look, I live in a border state, okay? And Labor Day weekend, as everybody knows, I went back to Las Cruces and El Paso, and I saw a bunch of old friends, right? I was disheartened by what I have seen on the border crisis alone when I was there.
Well, about 10, 15 years ago, and I remember this because shit like this pisses me off.
Right.
This guy down in Texas. Here's this noise on his ranch in the middle of the night. Gets up, hits the lights, sees a group of fucking Mexican border jumpers.
Right.
Walking across his property. So he bust out his shotgun, makes him lie down on the ground, fucking waits for the police to get there and charge trespassing. Guy has the right to do that.
Right.
It's his land. In Texas.
Right.
These illegal immigrants turn around, sue this guy for an unlawful detainment and won.
Could not have been a Texas judge.
I think it was one of them Supreme Court assholes.
That, I could see that. But you get what I'm saying, is I look at that then, and I look at it now, and I'm like, now, you have old touchy Joe Biden, and he's trying to run against senile Trump.
Well, here's the thing about it, too. Why are we electing these old men that have no fucking idea what the fuck is going on?
No shit. You know what? Chronic Chris 2024.
Fuck yeah! Straight up. That's what we need running this country is a motherfucker that knows what being an American, what being a broke
yeah.
American is.
Well, I mean, you remember that movie Head of State with Chris Rock?
Yeah.
You know, I love it when he's in there. I've been broke. I've been high. I've been stabbed. And he's right. That's America.
What was the one where he told you to vote for none of the above? I think
okay. I can't remember. But no, Steve hits it. We are due for some young blood. And I'm not talking young blood like what you're seeing. Like, on one hand, you got AOC.
Nope.
No, well, let me kind of go with this, okay? AOC is hot. I would definitely eat her vag. I do not want her running a doghouse. But I would definitely... Dude, I would if I had a ball gag for her, so I'd never have to hear any of her opinions, even better. I would let her come on my face. But I do not want her to talk, and I do not want her running even anything close to a doghouse.
Well, honestly, here's the thing about AOC. Drunk people like to listen to you. Not us sober woke Americans. Go back to fucking bartending.
All right. On the flip side,
supposed to be your best fucking customer. You could talk shit all day. AOC running Nancy Pelosi's bar right next to
oh my God.
Clinic.
Now, on the flip side of the coin, when you look at the opposite side of that spectrum, you have horse-faced Marjorie Taylor Greene. Or, as a friend of mine used to call her, Marjorie Trailer Greed. And she's a whole nother bag of wacko. Which explains to me why a guy I know wanted to marry her. I think he did, and then they divorced, and he's like trying to get back with her. I mean, I don't know. But she is fucking wacko.
Alright. Folks, I'd love to hang out, but I gotta go pick her up now.
No, you gotta go get the wife?
Yep.
Alright, man. Well, I will wrap this. You go ahead and do that, and I will catch up with you over the weekend while I'm out racing. I'm going to keep going with our listeners.
All right. If you're still on when I get back, I'll fucking be back.
Cool.
All right, later, man.
All right, see ya. So, yeah, everybody. I mean, I'm just like, I'm mind-boggled, okay, that our two younger positive choices would be something like this. So on one hand, it's everybody stripped down to wear paper bags and run around the woods almost naked, or you need to suck the dick of big oil, and that's the two. That's where you're at. I can't fathom where these two are the future when you have people like me, like Chronic Chris. They're just down-to-earth people. We get what it takes. We know what we've had to live through, and they're not grabbing it. And that does kind of it boggles my mind a little bit, honestly, as to how we're all right there. Irene, I know you've got to deal with that woman. With AOC, send her to me with a ball gag. I would be happy to make her feel a lot better. With Marjorie Taylor Greene, that's a little more tricky. I believe she needs a very large man with herpes. And just let him handle it, you know. Ugh. But that's where we're at, is this is the nature of what we've become. And it's scary. It's scary. Not even a quarter century ago, this country came together for a common cause. We believed in each other. We trusted each other. We loved each other. And we pursued this common goal of trying to get rid of the evil. Such a horrendous, traumatic, devastating event. And we came through together. In recent years, I have had to come to the conclusion and endure the cold fact that all of that was my generation's Vietnam. I have friends that did not come home. I don't admit this to many people, but I will admit it to you guys now, that I have had the belief for many years that I should not have come home. Why I've excuse me. I have actually laid awake at night And ask myself, even today, why am I here and those friends of mine are not? Ah! Doggone dust. You know, I've wondered that. Why am I here and they're not? And what could be... Good Lord. Thank you, Irene. What could be the possible what could be the what's the reason that I made it? Thank you, Steve, for letting me know I'm pregnant. Ugh. Must be an alien child. Don't tell one of my old co-hosts. He might come down here to try to inspect me. Anyway. No, Oh, God. Chocolate chip cookie dough blizzard. Ah. I'm sorry for anybody that's on a diet, but I needed something today. Good Lord. And Steve, you know, Steve, you kind of get it, but in my case, it's a little more than that. I lost friends over there that had families back home, and they were ready to go back to their families and their kids and their wives, and I was single. And I go, why am I here and they're not? And that's hard. It's difficult to deal with. I have friends that make fun of a lot of the impulsive things I do. Riding a motorcycle, racing UTVs, driving a truck. One of the top 10 most dangerous careers in the United States. And they make fun of me for it. And I still continue. Because I believe there's something there. I believe that I still have something to offer. When I look at today's world, when I look at our country today, I truly have fears for my kids. I have fears for my kids because they're taking this world on in just a few short years. And it's the cesspool that my generation, Generation X, it's what we created. And they've got to deal with it now. And I honestly believed as a child that we would do better. And we really haven't. And that is, it's a difficult thing to look at. I mean, our national deficit has quadrupled since I was a kid. We have nowhere near the military strike force that we need. Our borders are out of control. We are taking personal decisions by individuals that are not any of our business. And we are turning that into a political issue when it should not be. It's a smoke and mirror tactic. We need to focus on what's at hand. So everyone, like I said, I have to race this weekend. I am going to try to broadcast from the track for at least a little bit. But tonight, I want to leave all of you with a with a little bit of an abstract thought. And I hope that as you work through this thought over the next week and you think about it, that maybe each one of you can come up with something a little more creative than I have. If we can come together as a country and become a family under the absolute worst of times, why are we unable to do it during times that just should be great? Why do we take things today at face value that 25 years ago we never would have? Everybody, with that being said, I encourage all of you to take a step out of your comfort zone. Go hold a loved one. Go out and bring your community together any way you can. Show each other. Be the example that shows our lives are worth it. Never, ever, ever take for granted the people that are in your lives, because they are, in some way, shape, or form, somehow they're connected to you. Love every moment and every person in that moment. I remind everyone that yesterday was the anniversary of the first large gathering of people after 9/11, and that was, amazingly enough, WWF SmackDown in Houston, Texas. Take that example and hold it close. I'm TJ. This has been Mayhem's Amigos. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you, everyone, for sticking with me. Good luck. Good evening. God bless. And good night.